Welcome to SandCity Sports. I am your host, the Cape Cod Kid, artist formerly known as Andre King, and we are back again to bring you all the sports and current events news stories that you need to know. Bro, what's going on? Good to see you.
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. What's going on, bro?
I'm ready to get it cracking. We are T-minus, what do we got, 5 minutes before the Knicks tip off against the 76ers. 35 minutes if you want to go over to the N.F.L Draft. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure the YouTube is not up right now. Okay, we got to get that going on. Make sure that is in order and where it needs to be. Let's see about Facebook. See about our Facebook live stream. We're working through some technical difficulties. Okay, we want to get this YouTube up. Okay, so the YouTube is up. YouTube is on and popping. Very good. That's the most important. Let me just come over. Okay, YouTube is up, on and popping. My Facebook, hopefully the Facebook can get going here. Not seeing it connecting. Let's go back to the channel and see. Okay. No. Okay, hold on. Create that live. Hold on. So on and forth. All right, bro. So while I'm going over these technical difficulties, which we had before the other episode, good to see you, Patriots shirt on. How are you feeling as a Patriots fan? Because that's where we're going to start, even though my Knicks are playing. How are you feeling as a Patriots fan? I apologize for the technical difficulties going into this draft. What's your flow like? How's your momentum, your energy, your positivity, all those things?
Positivity and momentum is Drake May Day.
It's Drake May Day, okay? And so the
Drake
feeling is
May Day.
You're feeling like he's going to be there at 3.
Yes.
And so you're confident that the Commanders are most definitely taking Jaden Daniels. I've been hearing different things.
I've been hearing Jaden Daniels is a lock for 2.
Okay, so Jaden Daniels is a lock for 2, and so the Patriots, and we're gonna get deep into this as I iron through the technical difficulties. There's not going to be a trading of the pick if Drake May is available at 3. You're saying that the Patriots are most definitely going to take him. No two ways about it.
Oh, most definitely going to take him.
All right. Now, and as I'm still working out, but what we're going to dovetail back to these things. What else do the Patriots do if, to your point, and we will probably be live streaming by the time the Patriots make the pick. So these technical difficulties, right, which I continue to experience, neither here nor there. We're going to be live streaming by as the draft starts. What else do the Patriots need, as well as a quarterback? What else do you see them getting?
We need some a wide receiver.
Okay.
I don't see us going to offense, but I would like. That's what I would like.
All right. So the Facebook, I'm seeing we're here on Facebook. Okay, so we're coming through. So that's a big difference. What do I have to do? We should be live. Okay, it looks like we're live on the Facebook as well, which is a beautiful thing. That's a breakthrough. Hold on, let me just come back over here. The YouTube is still going, and we're here on the. All right, so I think we're firing on all cylinders, bro. We're firing on all cylinders. Drake May is definitely falling to 3. There's no skullduggery when it comes to Jaden Daniels, because what I'm hearing is he's saying, Jaden Daniels saying, I need to go to Vegas. I want to be in a desert near you. He's saying, I want to go to Minnesota. They need a quarterback, Kirk Cousins. You're saying that Jaden Daniels, all of this smoke and mirrors that we have going on into the draft is just that. And Jaden Daniels is going to be a good soldier. And he's going to go to Washington. He's going to go to the Capitals. He's going to go to play for Dan Quinn. And that's the way it's going to be. So you're saying Caleb Williams, 1, Bears. We know that. Jaden Daniels, 2, Commanders. No skullduggery, which leaves Drake May, who I feel is the second best quarterback. I feel like Drake May is the second best quarterback in this draft.
If we get Drake May, I'm excited. I'll tell you that right now. I'm excited.
Okay, and we gotta. I want to dive into Drake May because I'm fascinated by his story. His brother, I don't know if you knew this, was a ball player at Carolina. I believe it's Luke May was Final Four a basketball player. So it's like a family thing at Carolina. Obviously, he's playing for Mac Jones down there on Tobacco Road. It's just to your point. I think now if the Patriots get Jade, well, I think both quarterbacks are good, but Jaden Daniels, he kind of came into the conversation after winning the Heisman. He wasn't on the big board to start the season. And so even though I think they're both, good quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, the transcendent quarterback, I'm just, for me, for my money and not being a football guy, I just, if he was number 2 pick to start the season, I don't know how he's all of a sudden now not good enough to be the second best quarterback in the draft. So to your point, that's the quarterback I want the Patriots to get. Should we secure his services? Bro, people were optimistic, and I'm not trying to make this one-to-one comparison, but I have to do it, and I'm interested in you to tell me the difference.
Oh,
People were excited.
jeez. Don't get me fired up. Don't even say it.
No, but I have to say this. Because 4 years ago, there was a quarterback from Alabama. There was a quarterback from Alabama named Mac Jones who fell to 15, and Patriots fans were super duper excited. We thought that we had the bridge quarterback to take us from the Tom Brady dynasty into the next era. 4 years later, Mac Jones is a backup with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, bro, I'm huge on Drake May. I think it's going to work out. I think he is the right bridge quarterback to take the Patriots from the Tom Brady dynasty into the next era under Gerard Mayo of winning. But quarterback is a crapshoot. Tell me why you're sold on Drake May and all the reasons that he is not going to have the same difficulties. Now, obviously, Matt Patricia's not going to be his doggone offensive coordinator. So that's one reason.
Start there.
That's one reason he's not going to have difficulties. But tell me why you're sold on Drake May and how he's going to be able to lift off in New England, how you see it, kind of being more locked in than I am on the football scene.
Okay, so I watched a few UNC games this season. That boy can throw the ball down the field. Okay, that boy can throw the ball down the field. He's smart with the ball.
Yes.
Now, if you watched Mac Jones's highlights from Alabama, there would not be anything like Drake May's highlights.
Right.
I can tell you that right now.
Even though Mac Jones, he's throwing to, first ballot Hall of Famer on one side, first ballot Hall of Jerry Jeudy, Devontae, wide receiver for the Phillies, whose name escapes me. Excuse me, the Phillies, the Eagles.
At the time, Alabama was a run first offense as well.
True. Nick Saban, ground and pound.
So, I think there was obviously Saban and Bill are friends. So, the inside take on that is they're buddies, and they've coached together,
right?
And I don't know what Saban told Bill that made him think that he was the guy.
So that's interesting, right? That connection, that friendship may have jaded Bill and the Patriots, but let's remember that draft. There were people saying that Mac Jones was going to go 3 to the 49ers.
Well, you got to think of this too, though. Where's Trey Lance?
He's a backup in Big D.
All right. You saw what the 49ers had to give up to get to him. They got, Brock Purdy was their last pick.
True. Brock Purdy took him to a Super Bowl, took him to overtime in the Super Bowl.
So that was I think we fell a part of the quarterback gold rush at the time.
Right.
And I feel like the talent now is better. Point blank. We were so much in a need for a quarterback to bridge that, at least for the fan base.
Right.
Give the fan base something to be excited about. Win now in Alabama. He's used to the pressure. Saban, that's his guy. Bill told apparently that's my take. Is Bill opinion was shaded with his how he looked at Mac.
Right.
If you watch Drake May, the boy could throw the ball. Like throw the ball, and we're going to be throwing the ball. This is a throwing league.
True. And you having seen more game tape, me, on the football side of it, going more from, frankly, others' opinions and just kind of looking at the drafts, so on and forth. So I'm not trying to sit up here and act as though, and I've said that. But the bottom line, you got a quarterback who has some versatility, and you make a great point. Mac Jones was never thought of as a dynamic quarterback. He was thought of as a consistent quarterback. He was thought of as a game manager, thought of as somebody who could execute, what a coach lines up, which is a lot of who Brock Purdy is, frankly. Now, honestly, it got so bad in New England, and I'm hopeful for Mac going into, play for Doug Peterson and being and backup for Trevor Lawrence, and we saw the turnaround once Doug Peterson got there and the train wreck that took place with Urban Meyer, right? So I'm hopeful for Mac that he can, it's not personal. It just got so ugly. And Mac, you talk about he takes tough coaching. One of the things I hope we don't see from Drake May, I don't think that we will, is Mac will also backtalk a coach. Mac will also, get involved in the locker room drama that goes on. And to a certain extent, you respect it that he's standing up for himself, but that doesn't really necessarily help when the chips are down. So hopefully Drake May can have more of a steady hand if and when, because he's going to have some difficulty. Hopefully Drake May can be more of a cool hand Luke, than
Well, you got to think about this. Completely different story now. Okay, completely different story. Jacoby Brissett is still on the Patriots roster.
That's huge.
All right. Usually when the Patriots, he was the guy. Cam Newton, go. Everybody got to go. He's our guy.
Right.
So, everything went bad. We turned to Zappy. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and when things do go bad, the backup is, the favorite son, right? In any organization, you put the backup in, you turn, lightning in a bottle to start with, but then over time, we see that there's a reason that they're backups. So folks that I have a lot of respect for, appreciation, Ryan Fitzmagic, okay, with the beard, and the style and the profile and what he does on Amazon Thursdays. Also Nick Foles. It's tough to say for Patriots fans, but he was a serviceable. But there's a reason that you're a backup. So Matt, that whole back and forth, and Zappy played well, and he's the answer. It was good listening. OMF, and Fourier was like, and people that know football, like there's a reason that he's a backup, so you can't rely on somebody like that. But to your point, which is a very good point, Jacoby Brissett, he brings a sense of calm. He brings a sense of, mentorship. There's no. I mean, Jacoby Brissett can come in and win you some football games next year if he needs to.
That's exactly what. There is no. He has a mentorship. Unfortunately, Mac did not. Mac came in the guy, and here's the keys. Are you ready? And he just wasn't ready.
Nor should he have been ready, frankly.
No.
That should have been Cam Newton's. Cam Newton should have been able to start that second year and give Mac that time. It's more, I have a lot of respect for Cam. All the things he does in the community, and doing all the flag football. And there was an unfortunate event where he had to strong arm basically 4 people. Just a FYI, folks, don't ever test an NFL player in real life. Let's just understand that, bro. You went to ASU. You see these giants kind of walking around, these 300-pound offensive linemen. Quarterbacks. 6'3", 6'4", 2. So they even though it's 3 or 4 of them, they got bowled, and they're lucky that Cam let up. Because, had Cam really, and Cam is a peaceable man. Because once he got 1 or 2 of them off him, you talk about, Fantastic Four, there would have been 4 people that they would have had to, Cam's a big dude, 6'5", 250, 260, so on and forth. And I like, he had a great interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, who's balling with Club Shay Shay and Nightcap. We just won a couple of awards, Weebies, and so on and forth. But, bro, back to the original point, Cam should have started year 2 under Josh McDaniels. And to Mac's credit, when he had an actual offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels, he was a serviceable quarterback. Then it was 2 and 3 years of madness. And by the time he got to Bill O'Brien, who's out of here, the quarterback OC now is Alex Van. Name escapes me. We're going to see it when the Patriots, because we're going to go to the war room 20 minutes before the NFL draft starts off. Knicks and 76 is underway. 20 minutes counting down to the NFL draft. Very exciting. So you'll see the OC, Alex Van, some such. I should know this. My bad, being from the Commonwealth. But to your point, bro. Hopefully, and either or, but I'm team Drake. Drake's going to come into a stable situation. He's going to have true leadership with his offensive coordinator. We saw what he was able to get, Brown's offensive coordinator, from doggone Joe Flacco last year when Deshaun Watson went down. So I think we got a really good. That was a great. I can't say great. I'm confident in that selection, a key selection for Gerard Mayo in his first year of offensive coordinator. And hey, we're both fingers crossed. Drake May, you're coming into a stable situation. What this is kind of going to, before we get further in the draft, bro, can the Patriots make the playoffs? Can the Patriots make the playoffs next year? Yeah, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. Because and Reed, you got to think about it. First of all, Miami. I'm not even going to get to the frozen north. Miami is bringing everybody back. I respect Tua, the pride of Hawaii, and him getting his contract, getting his money, the injuries that he's battled through. And there is a Tua Mac narrative. We're not going to go deep down that path right now. But the fact of the matter,
Tua's on a contract year. He didn't get a contract. He didn't get that extension last year that he was hoping for. So.
Okay, respect. I thought that they had extended him, get it done early, rather, because that makes more sense. All right, so I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because the price is only going to go up. And you talk about it too. Kirk Cousins, who's another quarterback I respect. I think he's going to. I'm hopeful for him in Atlanta. You just bet on yourself. Barring injuries. We don't want to see injuries ever. It's a much different NFL, so it's less likely the quarterback gets injured. But the teams just end up paying more the longer that you wait. So I think it'd be advisable, not that I'm some football guru, for Miami to lock up Tua now, because, or what's the other alternative? To start over, right? That the Dallas Cowboys are in the same type of a situation. I think a more perilous situation, right? Dallas Cowboys, you're going to give Dak Prescott $60 million because that's what you have to give of a starting quarterback. Dak, and what are you going to get with Dak? You're going to get 12-4 or 12-5. In a first round loss. That's what you're going to get. So they don't really. Dallas is in,
They're in limbo.
They're in limbo. Because if Trey Lance is not ready, but Dak is too expensive. Okay.
Yeah,
so with the Dolphins, and we're going to talk about the AFC and whether the Patriots are going to make the playoffs, but the Dolphins, I say, lock Tua up. This is your quarterback for the next 4 years. It's working. Okay, he has the weapons, Waddle, Tyreek, and most of all, he has Mike McDaniels. So back to the question before I kick to you, bro. Cut me off at any time. So Miami's making the playoffs. I think that Buffalo will make the playoffs.
Time out. Stop you right there. The Bills took some steps back.
Okay, go ahead.
The Bills took some steps back. That defense, both safeties gone. Receivers. Who is Josh Allen throwing the ball to?
Right. Okay, so you bring up a further point. Bills known for defense, and they do have to plug in place there. Scott McDermott's a defensive coach, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. To your point, and this is the more glaring issue, it wasn't working chemistry-wise with Stephon Diggs. Are they a better team with Stephon Diggs? Yes. And it's unfortunate to me because Stephon Diggs, he didn't really rage quit, but it was close to get the heck out of Minnesota. He wasn't happy in Minnesota. And Kirk Cousins favoring Thielen, and he wanted to be the guy in the feature. So he went to Buffalo and got that opportunity. And him and Josh Allen had the Buffalo Bills on the verge of a Super Bowl. I got to give a local shout out. Shout out to Joe Young, 1999 Barnstable Red Raiders in those days, Super Bowl champion. You remember the guys. You were young. They were, my senior year, won the Super Bowl. Stephen Gomes, so on and forth. Joe's nephew is a good player for the now Red Hawks in Barnstable. But I'm bringing this up because he's a diehard Bills fan. And, he was a force of nature as a linebacker in those days. And a lot of the reason we won the Super Bowl. Bro, I'm going on that tangent because Bills, I'm confident their defense and the environment there is going to be all right. Offensively, that's the huge question. Scott McDermott is not an offensive coach. They lost coach of the Dable, coach of the Giants. Giants took a step back in year two. I'm hoping they can recover. That's my question with the Bills. How are they going to restructure their offense? Because this whole idea of less is more, bro. Everybody's not the Kansas City Chiefs, where you can lose a Tyreek Hill and still win 2 Super Bowls. But the Kansas City Chiefs, not only do they have arguably the greatest tight end, now it's an argument. It's an argument in Kels. Shout out to Kels and Taylor Swift, and that star couple, and seem happy, and it's good for the NFL and it's good for everybody else. So shout out to them. Good. You want to see people shine, doing well. But bro, they got Andy Reid as the coach, arguably the greatest offensive coach in NFL history, and they have Patrick Mahomes, who is approaching, who's on a track to greatness. So in that situation, you can give up a Tyreek Hill and still continue to win. Back to your point about the Bills, jump in. I think it's a notable concern, but I don't think they're going to take a step back behind. I think it's Miami in the AFC East, and then I think the Bills are the second best team. Arguably, it's an argument if they make the playoffs just because the AFC is so stacked, right? Because that's Stephon Diggs went to Buffalo. Went to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So Texas, who made the playoffs last year, D'Amico Ryan, C.J. Stroud, they're adding pieces on that rookie contract, that rookie NFL quarterback contract. So the Texans are making the playoffs again. Only thing, the AFC is just so loaded that I'm going to ask you again. So the Patriots, they're at best 3. If the Jets are healthy with Aaron Rodgers, so they're the 4th best team in the AFC, theoretically, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt in the freaking 4th play of the doggone season and ruin everything. So they're not as good as Miami. They're not as good as Buffalo. And the Jets, healthy, they're not as good as the Jets.
Yeah.
It's just going to be.
You can use it. Come on. We're going to be better than the Jets this year.
Ooh, well. So Drake May, with a new offensive coordinator, is going to be better than Aaron Rodgers after having to sit out a doggone year. And really, Aaron Rodgers, you want to talk? You want to have a little conversation? Because we're going to get to it, bro. We're 23 minutes.
He's going to come back and run for his life. That offensive line is still. It's like Pat Placid.
No, but they brought some people in. They brought some people in, some old people, some veteran people. They have tried to address the offensive line. But here's the reason that your point is well taken. And Aaron Rodgers, all-time great quarterback. I said that he's all-time great. He's obviously mercurial, in his darkness retreats and his ayahuasca and all other stuff, craziness that he's about. Okay, fine. That's neither here nor there, bro. If Aaron Rodgers has another if he has another awful season, like last season was injury, and obviously you don't get younger. Your body doesn't get healthier, right? So the reason I think the Jets are going to make the playoffs next year is because if they don't, and the Jets move on from Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's going to be with his buddy Pat McAfee doing this. We might get him on the show. Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he's prepared for that. He would just try to run for vice president, so they say. So he's looking at football as like a hobby, actually a job for him right now, that the wheels are running. And we're going to see what level he competes at this year. I'm saying the Patriots will be better.
Than the Jets. All right.
Better than the Jets.
I like the confidence. Right. So you're just going to leave it at that. Patriots going to be better than the Jets because we're going to have, theoretically, and we'll know in just under a half an hour, NFL Draft getting ready to kick off. My Knicks up 10-8, Philly. You better, and I'm obviously, you folks, we're going to get to this. Ewing starts, Oakley, Harper. That's Mason, baby. Anthony Mason, baby. Okay, the Garden is back. The Knicks are back. We're gonna get there soon enough. But right now, what do we got? Okay, Philly 11-10. It's gonna be a back and forth game. I do think Philly will get some calls down the stretch. I don't think Tyrese Maxey got fouled, honestly. And Nick Nurse, you second guess the timeout. So I don't agree with I'm a referee. I got a stable connection. Come on, internet. Come on, work with me, baby. Okay. Oh, my brother. Okay. He's back. All right. You're good. I'm good. Um, Froze up a little bit, bro. You can still hear me. Um, I can hear you. I am through these technical difficulties. Okay, so bro is working through technical difficulties. Maybe charge up the computer. Oh, internet connection.
Can you can you hear me? What's up? What's up? Yeah, it just kicked me. I don't know.